What's up, guys? What's up, Gear? What's up, Fecker? What's up, Async? I'll be right back. What's up, Joey? How's it going? Trying some new colors out on the stream. Let me know what you guys think. What's up, Jose? What's up, Dutchy? Yeah, I'll turn it down once the timer's done. What's up, Samwise? What is going on, guys? How was your weekend? What's up, Farmer? What's up, Fahid? What's up, Mark? Hey, good to hear that, Cam. Oh yeah. Hope you guys all had a good holiday. What's up, Sean? All right, guys. So, hold on. Is the music too loud? Let's see. Okay, cool. Yeah, Beard, I'm trying out some new colors. You like it? All right, so if you guys notice, I wiped the charts. We're going to do a fresh look today. So what were we talking about all of last week, right? So I guess since the 21st, right? We were talking about that Bitcoin needs to break the 4-hour structure here, like 93,000 for us to be bullish again. Let me put let me go ahead and throw our bear back on here. So what happens? So we come up to that level here. We get a 4-hour SFP. Now, also, like I was telling you guys in the Discord, right? This is also a 12-hour SFP. So we have this 12-hour high that we put in here. We come down, we come up, we SFP on the 12-hour. Golden pocket retest, down we go. Now, technically, this SFP would target the lows. Now, let's talk about what happens after this SFP, right? So after the SFP, we have our external 1-hour low here. So we come down, we SFP this on the 1-hour. And then we set a high. We come SFP that 1-hour low again, and we break the 1-hour bullish. We SFP here, and then we break structure bullishly. All right, so we never really close below any of these lows, so we never get that 1-hour structure break, right? We break bullish again. What do? We retest the golden pocket from this dump. All right, we tap the golden pocket here. We break the 1-hour bearish again here. And then at that point, your daily is bearish, your 4-hour is bearish, and your 1-hour is bearish, right? So right after we get this break of structure here, that's when we get this huge death candle because all the structure is bearish again. And yeah, until we break any structure bullish, right? This looks pretty bearish, right? And the technical target would be the lows, and we do have liquidity all throughout these lows to come take, right? So I'll be very careful longing here, right? Like we may come retest this like golden pocket and down. In that case, you could look for shorts on breaks of structure here. But right now, pretty much all of our time frames are bearish here. So we had like the 15-minute. The 15-minute gave you a little bit earlier of a break than the 1-hour. So the 15-minute breaks bearish here, right? After the SFP, breaking back bullish here. You set a high into the golden pocket, you come break the low, and then you die, right? So all of our structure is pretty much bearish right now. Let's check like our very small time frames. Okay, so we had like a 1-minute JPOW here, but even if we look like the 2-minute, yeah, there's really no highs in sight up to here. I mean, you could get a little bit of relief on the 2-minute, maybe up to like 89.2, but it's not looking good. So where are we looking to come? So we have, like I said, we have liquidity all the way down, right? So we have liquidity in these lows, and then we have the previous weekend lows at 83,400. Now, as it stands right now, what would change structure back bullish Well, so to break the 1 hour bullish, you have to come all the way up here to 91, right? So even if we get a pullback to previous lows here, or like 90,000, that would still be bearish 1 hour structure and we'd still be looking to come down. So if we do get some relief here, just definitely be careful. Again, what do we need to do to kill this bear, right? To kill this bear, we have to close a 4-hour candle above 93,000 or a 12-hour candle above 93,000. That would break structure on the 12-hour and we could look for more immediate upside. But yeah, right now we're dumping and we have a lot of liquidity below us from the way up. We opened a new monthly candle today. This is a pretty bearish monthly candle here. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much as soon as we open this month. Let's see, where did we open that? 6. Yeah, so it looks like we opened the new monthly here and we dumped straight away. So December's looking a little dumpy right now. What's up, Alexander G? What's up, Mortimer? What's up, Z's? So I wasn't at the charts for the holiday. Did anyone catch the SFP trade here, or maybe the 1 hour break of structure? Anybody get short? What's up, Krebstar? All right, throw a 1 in the chat if you're long, a 2 in the chat if you're short, or a 3 in the chat if you're sitting on your hands. Short from 90,000. Nice. $91.2. Nice, bro. On your hands, yeah. My advice would be wait for the market to settle. Looking into market open, we may be able to find something. 91.2. Did you get short off this, Ricky? So generally with these SFP plays, Samwise, so it's similar to how we played this one up here, right? So you get a 4-hour SFP here. So you don't get short. You can get short on the SFP, but generally it's safer to get short on like the break of structure, right? So you get your 4-hour SFP here. You get your 4-hour SFP here at 116,000, and then you get your 1-hour break of structure here. And then after the 1-hour break of structure, then you get your follow through dump. So there are times when you can like SFP and then not break the lower time frame structure and then come back up and make another hit of the high. So if you're looking at that trade setup here, it would basically be this 1-hour break here, right? Because we SFP'd all the way down on these lows over the weekend, so we didn't get a 1-hour break anywhere in here. And then you finally get your 1-hour break of structure here, and that's when you get the big dump. So with 4-hour SFPs, I usually would use the 1 hour for the entry time frame. Let me run a poll here. Man, my browser is really laggy right now. Is the stream lagging for you guys? I can't see chat at all. No, it's not lagging. Okay. Man, I gotta refresh here. Sorry guys, one sec. Man, this is so laggy on my end. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah, I can't run a poll. I was gonna run a poll and see if you guys think it's gonna pump or dump this week. All right, so ETH kind of gave you a clue here. So ETH set a high on the 4-hour, then broke that high, and then broke bearishly here. So it tried to SFP, tried to hold, came back up, broke bearishly, and now we're dumping down. Let's look at like some fib levels on Bitcoin here. Yeah, I mean, wait for structure, guys. I mean, we do have some targets like the liquidity here, and then down here at the 786. I like the 786 more because it takes the liquidity from last week's low. Look at the weekly. Yeah, or the weekend lows before that. Yeah, there's nowhere that I would blindly long this because, I mean, 4-hour, 1 hour, 15-minute, everything's bearish, so everything's pointing to down. Make sure you just wait for structure. So Roblox, like, if we get something like this on like the 1 hour or 15-minute, you could look for longs, but I'd be favoring shorts right now. This SFP targets the low down here. So you have a weak low below you. You've just SFP'd your strong high. This would be the target. Let's see what total looks like. It's all internal structure on the 4-hour. So total was cleaner with that 1 hour structure break. So on total, you break your 1 hour structure bearish here. And then what'd you do, golden pocket? Yeah, and then golden pocket retesting down. So we had our change of character on the 1 hour, and now we've had a break of structure. So confirmed 1 hour downtrend on total. Yeah, I think we come lower. Yeah, for those of you guys that have Cipher Matrix, I was looking at Cipher Matrix here on the 4-hour. we wicked into the reversal zone here. We hit the top of the regression trend, and then got these sell signals and dumping now. We got the reversal band on the bottom around like 84. Be looking kind of down there. Not bad though. What do you guys think of the new color scheme on the stream? And if you guys have any questions about Bitcoin, you can drop them in the chat now. Or if you guys have any altcoins you want me to look at, you can drop those in chat. We can look at those. Yeah, Bitcoin TA lower unless we get structure. The best hope for long is like retesting here, but it looks like lower. Well, so blue and orange is like the colors from the Wave Cipher logo, so I went with those. I think it's a little easier on the eyes for some people. Sol? Yeah, we can look at Sol. Okay, so this short that we gave on Sol is playing. I think that was off of 1 hour break of structure. Oh, we didn't take the high though. So we just broke 1 hour bearish here. Let's start over here. Okay. Wow, Sol is dumping pretty hard. So on Sol we had our 4 hour high here. We're talking about needing to break 144 to be bullish. We failed to break that. We came down. Let's look at 15 minute. Oh, 15 minutes the same. See break bearish. Okay, so let's look at 1 hour. So you had your 1 hour low here. You SFP'd it. You came down. You broke the 1 hour bearish, and now you're dumping. Straight through the golden pocket. Yeah, this looks bearish, guys. This looks bearish. You have a weak low below you at 121. See if we have any low time frame structure here. Not putting in any 15-minute structure. All you really have is 5 minute here. Yeah, if you're looking to recover these, you at least want to see a 5 minute break. But this looks like lower to me. We have support coming in at 126.77. But if Bitcoin dumps, Sol is going to dump too. Yeah, gotta wait for structure here on Sol as well. Because right now you're 4 hours bearish and your 1 hour is bearish and your 15 minutes bearish. So bearish structure all around, weak low below you at 127.50. Expect that low to get taken. Yeah, Zai, that's kind of the idea behind the title of the stream, right? I mean, a 12-hour SFP. I sent in Discord, I think, on Saturday that if we SFP the 12-hour, it could get ugly fast, and we open Asia today and just get rugged. Yeah, I think Sol is probably going to have some support at 126. If you lose 126, I think you're coming for 121. That's what I see on Sol. Zcash, yeah. Okay, so Zcash, you get a JPOW up here at supply on the 15 minute. Get your bearish SFP into your break of structure. Now it looks like Zcash is approaching interesting level here. You get your break of structure, you pull back. Is that 786? Yeah, you get a 786 rejection, continuation to the downside. So there is a really important level on Zcash down here at 370. So this is your 4-hour external strong low. If you lose this level on Zcash, you may get, like, if you get like 30-minute structure down here, you may get a golden pocket run. But at that point, the trend would be down and the fun could definitely be over. So definitely be careful around this 371 level. And then if we do get some sort of pullback off of that, you're basically looking for like 1-hour structure up here to short to take it lower. If we SFP this on the 4-hour and then we get like a 30-minute structure break, you could look to take it up to the golden pocket, kind of similar to what we did with I think it was Virtuals. Is that what it was? Yeah, so kind of what we were talking about with the Virtuals play here. So you have your 4-hour structure break down here, and then you get your 30-minute bull break here, and then you get a bull run up to the golden pocket. You reject from the golden pocket, and then out of that rejection, you come lower, right? So it'd be kind of be a similar move for Zcash to what we saw here. Yeah, and then once you break that 4-hour, you tap the golden pocket. It was a pretty quick move down to 90 cents. We nailed this Virtuals move. Called that shit. And then a bump off of 90 cents, selling back off. Trend is still down on Virtuals. But yeah, I would expect something similar if we SFP this or barely break this on the 4-hour. Maybe we set a 30-minute high here. We come down, we break this, and then we break it, and we look for like a golden pocket bull run. But if you don't get 30-minute structure down here, I would not long it, because after you break the 4-hour bearish, very easily you just rug, right? Especially with something like this that's pumped from, what is it, like from $30 up to 600 bucks. Like there's a lot of liquidity in here to come get, a lot of stop losses to hit. So yeah, you have a daily order block here on the 4-hour. I anticipate a little bit of support around this zone here. So what is that? Around like 344. So you could see a bounce off that level, but really I would just wait for at least 30-minute structure before you try to jump into any trades on what is it, 337 level, before you try to jump in on any trades here, because if this breaks, you're in trouble. It'll go lower than 121, 99%. Yeah, we'll see, man. What's your thoughts on December with Fed rates and QT ending? So I don't really look at news too much. Like I would rather, I mean, show me the charts, I'll show you the news, right? So we SFP on the 12 and 4-hour, we sell off, right? I'll be looking, if we can get some sort of like 1-hour structure here, then maybe we can look for longs. Otherwise, we have a weak low below us. We're probably coming down to 80,000 again. We were so close to killing the bear, but the bear is alive and well. Let's get rid of this X here. Sui? Yeah, we can look at Sui. Has Sui eaten its death wick yet? Yes. Okay, so again, Sui, you get a 4-hour break here. The problem now is that you're breaking your 4-hour structure now to the downside. You have a weak low below you down here at 131. I do like the area that Sui's in. Like this is the demand that led to this big move up, but I would need Yeah, we don't even have 15-minute here. I would need some sort of structure here to see a bounce on Sui. Like we could come up to retest these lows at like 148, but I would anticipate further move down. If you want to be bullish on, it's difficult now because, yeah, really, if you want to get bullish again, you got to come above 161. Otherwise, you're now bearish on the 4-hour again. When does the 4-hour close? In an hour and a half. I mean, unless you can come all the way back up to 146 before the 4-hour closes. Yeah, it's looking pretty bearish. Weak low below you. Probably coming back to 131. Okay, yeah, we can look at Ondo. Okay, so when we were looking at Ondo last, we were saying you have to break 54 cents before you get bullish. We came back up to supply. Let's see. You get a 1-hour bear break out of supply here. You go sideways and then you dump off. So you still have a weak low below you at about 44 cents. So if this 1 hour can close positive here, which if Bitcoin dumps doesn't look like it's going to, again, we just have to wait for structure on this, but we had a nice reaction off supply. Yeah, this looks like lower as well, probably coming back to 44 cents. Yeah, we don't even have 15-minute in here. If you want to get a reaction to come test these lows, if you pull this low and then bounce and break 12-minute here, you may look for a long back up, but just understand you have a lot of things pushing down on it. You have a 4-hour downtrend and a 1-hour downtrend, so you're likely coming to this weak low. XPL, yeah. Man, what a weak bounce on XPO. Oh, this chart's ugly. Yeah, man. So this is just a daily downtrend. If you want to be bullish on XPL, you'd want to wait and see if it can break 27.6. Otherwise, you're likely coming right back to the lows at 17.5. Because you're just in a downtrend on the daily. This looks like, was that even a golden pocket? No, it was like a 0.5. Yeah, it's just a 0.5 for each race. Rejection off. Yeah, I would not be looking to long this. Unless I would just set an alert at 27.6. If you're going to come up and like retest some of these areas, do you really care if you get in at 19 cents or 27.5? If you get in at 27.5 on a daily close, you have a lot better chance of getting a better RR out of it. At the very least, right now, yeah, I mean, even retesting this downtrend would be coming back to the lows. If you take out this low, then your daily break of structure moves here, and then you can look for something like this and break of structure here, and then you can get in at 22 cents. But until then, I wouldn't really touch XPL unless you get a break of structure on the daily, which right now is like 27.6. What's up around town? How's it going, bro? XRP? Yeah, we can look at XRP. So XRP is actually still inside of its structure from this dump. If we look at 4 hour. Yeah, it hasn't taken the week low yet. I would anticipate that XRP comes back down to 177. Because if you want to break bullish structure on XRP right now, yeah, you would have to break 284 right now to break 4 hour structure. Not even. I think you have to break. Let's see. Yeah, right now you'd have to break 310 to get bullish. Yeah, I don't see strength on XRP. I think it's coming back to 177. I mean, we'll have to see what happens when you come down here to 177. Can you explain a weak low? Yeah, so in the market structure course on my channel, I go a little bit more in depth, but basically it just means that you're in a downtrend, right? So the low is weak, the high is strong. So you would anticipate the highest likely outcome is coming to the weak low. Basically, a weak low is a low that failed to break the previous high. So like the high is up here. This was your low. In order for this low to become strong, it would have to do its job and break 310. Since it has failed to do that, it's weak and it's going to be attacked again. Basically, think of it like it's strong, right? So this high, the job of this high was to break this low. It completed that job, so it's a strong high. The job of this low was to break this high. Since it hasn't done that yet, it's a weak low. And a weak low is like a target. Basically, you want to use strong highs or strong lows as your stop loss, and a weak low or weak high is a target. How far do you think Bitcoin's going to dump? Well, the target of the SFP is the lows at 80,500. But I think at the very least we come to 85 to 83. But the target would be 80,500. Yep, bearded exactly. XRP is still in the ovary pattern. Let's look at Link. Oh yeah, so someone was asking me about Link before, and I was telling them that if you want to get bullish on Link, you need to break $14. Otherwise, the most likely outcome is that you come back to 11 bucks. So we come up here, we test this order block, and then it looks like we're breaking the 1 hour bearish right now, or we just broke the 1 hour bearish. Yeah, I would anticipate Link comes back to 1161. And the problem is if you lose 1161, you're now below this big macro trend line. So Link could easily roll over and come all the way down here. Basically, I'll give the same advice that I gave last time. If you want to get bullish on Link, you need to see $14 break. If $14 doesn't break, it's just too high risk to be like buying this on spot or anything. So I was saying before, if you want to see Link come attack these liquidity points, does it really matter if you got in at 14 bucks, or I think it was like 13 bucks whenever we talked about it last? Now it's 12 bucks, right? So patience, right? Just set your alert here. If we take this low, then the 4 hour strong high moves here. Until you see that break, you would just anticipate further downside. Your target is like 11.6. Yeah, exactly. So this is a long trend line. So if we lose this down here at like 11 bucks, I mean, we would anticipate further downside for Link. Bitcoin continues to roll over here. Yeah, so there was a bit of an opportunity here on Bitcoin. So we had this JPOW pattern here, right? And what do we always talk about on this channel, right? In a downtrend, a bullish break is just an opportunity to set up for a bearish break. So earlier on the stream, I was looking at this, right? So you break bearish here, and then you got a golden pocket rejection. Golden pocket rejection, continuation to the downside. So there's a bit of a short opportunity here. Kind of played out a little bit. But yeah, until we break some key structure. What have we set now? So we didn't set a 15-minute. We didn't set a 20-minute. We set a bit of a 10-minute high, so we have a 10-minute high here. But I would say lower until we get some sort of structure break, as I said at the start of the stream. Cool, guys. Any other questions? All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell. Make sure you join the free Discord in the top of the description. I'm going to write up the Sunday market pulse, keep you guys updated. As always, guys, my name's Wave Cipher. Much love. Trade safe. Wave Cipher out. Oh, wait. Gear, I almost forgot you. Yeah, we'll do those two for you. And then we'll head out of here. Tau. All right, so Tau needed to break 4-hour structure here. Failed to do so. Weak low below you. Let's look at 1 hour. Ooh, Tau had a nice short opportunity here. So, oh, this is all internal. All right, now it's kind of ugly. It's not as nice anymore. So you break external structure here, strong low here, about 15-minute. Yeah, not much external structure on Tau. Oh wait, is this all Deathwick internal? Hold on. Yeah, so the problem with Tau was you got this daily break of structure here, but then you immediately broke structure bearish on the daily. And now you're coming down. You're under a bearish daily trend. The 4-hour, you're under a bearish trend as well. At the very least, before we take, you wouldn't really consider any longs until we break 333 here. You'd be expecting Tau to come back here around like 261. To change my mind, you would have to break 333. Until then, daily is down and 4-hour is down. So you'd be anticipating further downside. Thanks, Alexander G. Appreciate you. Have a good one. Let's look at H-bar. Very key level here on H-bar, like 12.5. If, let's see, did we... Ooh, man. H-bar barely breaks this daily and sells off and hasn't broken structure since. Yeah, the problem with H-bar is similar to XRP, right? It's still within its structure from the October 10th dump. You still have a weak low below you. In order to clean up this chart, you would need to come take the low at about 10 cents. So until that happens, you would anticipate a move down to 10 cents. In order to change my mind on that, you'd have to see a 4-hour break, which would be... Oof. H-bar had a really nice SFP of the high. SFP of the high on the 4-hour targets the low. Yeah, I would anticipate H-bar coming back to 10 cents. Yeah, there's really no reason to trade H-bar over Bitcoin right now. So I wouldn't touch this. I would just set an alert at 21.6, set an alert at 10 cents, and then take a look once you have some new external structure. All right, cool, guys. Well, as always, my name is Wave Cipher. Much love. Trade safe. Wave Cipher out. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, announcement. Kyle's going to be on the stream tomorrow. So, appreciate you guys giving me suggestions for who you want to see on the stream. We're going to bring Kyle on that. We can look at that real quick. I was in a little long on that. What happened to it? Whatever. I think I sold my long somewhere around like 1 full... No, wait. When was that? I think I sold my long somewhere around where we are right now. Yeah. This looks like crap. All right, take care, guys. See you tomorrow.